You just paid off your first credit card. You're so excited. You want to celebrate by closing the account and never looking at it again. It feels like freedom, right? Wrong. I made this exact mistake 3 years ago. I paid off a credit card I'd had for 4 years, immediately closed it, and watched my credit score drop 35 points overnight. I had no idea what I'd done wrong. Closing old credit cards seems like the smart, responsible move, but it can actually destroy your credit score and cost you thousands of dollars in the long run. Today, I'm breaking down the hidden costs of closing old cards and exactly when you should and shouldn't do it. If you want simple, practical tips like this, tips that actually work for real people, hit that like button and subscribe to Liberty Money. We drop new videos every single day to help you get out of the money struggle and start building real wealth. Let's go. 1. Why closing old cards hurts your credit score. Let me explain exactly what happens to your credit score when you close an old card. 2 major things get damaged immediately. First, your credit utilization ratio shoots up. Credit utilization is how much of your available credit you're using, and it's 30% of your credit score. Let's say you have 2 credit cards. Card A with a $5,000 limit and Card B with a $3,000 limit. But if you close Card B, the $3,000 limit, suddenly your total available credit drops to $5,000. You're still using $2,000, but now your utilization jumps to 40%. That's way too high, and your credit score drops. This is personal finance management that nobody explains clearly. Even though you didn't spend more money, your utilization ratio got worse just because you closed an account. This is financial literacy that prevents mistakes. When you're learning money management, you need to understand that available credit matters, not just the debt you carry. This is debt management strategy. Keeping cards open, even if you don't use them, protects your utilization ratio. Do you know your current credit utilization? If you closed your oldest card right now, what would happen to that percentage? 2. The impact on your credit history length. Here's the second way. Closing old cards destroys your credit. It shortens your credit history. The length of your credit history is 15% of your credit score. Credit bureaus like to see long credit histories because it proves you've been managing credit responsibly for years. When you close your oldest credit card, you're erasing years of positive payment history. If you've had a card for 5 years and you close it, that entire 5-year track record eventually disappears from your credit report. Here's what happened to me. I closed a card I'd had for 4 years. Those 4 years of on-time payments, low utilization, and responsible use. Gone. My average credit history length dropped, and my score took a hit. This is personal budget protection that most people don't think about. This is financial education that says, your old cards are valuable even if you never use them. This is budgeting for beginners who are learning that credit isn't just about what you owe. It's about proving you can manage credit over time. This is financial planning that thinks long-term, not just about today's decision. How long have you had your oldest credit card? If you closed it, would you lose years of credit history that's helping your score? 3. When you should close a credit card. Okay, so closing cards hurts your credit. But does that mean you should never close one? No. There are situations where closing a card makes sense, even if it temporarily hurts your score. First, if the card has a high annual fee and you're not using the benefits, close it. Paying $95 or $495 a year for a card you don't use is wasting money. Second, if you have a serious spending problem and keeping the card open is a temptation to go back into debt, close it. Your mental health and financial discipline are more important than a few credit score points. Third, if the card has terrible terms, high interest rates, predatory fees, bad customer service, and you can't get those terms improved, it might be worth closing. This is money management that's practical, not dogmatic. This is personal finance management that balances credit score optimization with real-world needs. This is financial literacy that says, rules aren't absolute. Sometimes protecting your behavior matters more than protecting your credit score. This is saving money by not paying annual fees you don't need. This is debt management that prevents future problems by removing temptation. The key is making the decision intentionally, not impulsively. Do you have a card with a high annual fee that you're not using? Calculate, is that fee worth keeping the card open for credit score purposes? 4. The smart alternative. Keep it open but don't use it. Here's what I wish I'd known 3 years ago. You do have to close old credit cards. You can keep them open, sock drawer them, and never use them. Here's the strategy. Once you've paid off a card, don't close it. Instead, set up one small recurring charge on it, like a $5 streaming service or a monthly subscription. Then set up autopay to pay the full balance every month. This keeps the card active, maintains your credit history, preserves your available credit, and costs you nothing. This is personal budget automation that protects your credit score. This is financial planning that's smart and effortless. Every few months, use the card for one small purchase and pay it off immediately. This prevents the issuer from closing it due to inactivity. This is money management that works with the credit system, not against it. This is budgeting for beginners that evolves into advanced credit optimization. When you understand financial education at this level, you realize that keeping old cards open is one of the easiest ways to maintain a high credit score. You're not spending more. You're not going into debt. You're just keeping accounts active strategically. What small monthly subscription could you put on your old card and set to autopay? Netflix, Spotify, something under $10. 5. What happens if the issuer closes your card? Here is something people don't talk about. Sometimes the credit card company closes your card for you. If you don't use a card for 6 to 12 months, the issuer might close it due to inactivity. When this happens, it has the same negative effects as if you closed it yourself. Your utilization goes up. Your credit history potentially shortens, and your score can drop. The difference is, you didn't choose it. You just forgot about the card. This is why the sock drawer method requires a small recurring charge. You're preventing the issuer from closing it on you. This is debt management that's proactive. This is personal finance management that anticipates problems before they happen. I learned this the hard way when a card I had used in 8 months got closed by the issuer. My score dropped 20 points, and there was nothing I could do about it. This is financial literacy that says, if you're going to keep a card open for credit score purposes, make sure you actually keep it active. This is saving money in the form of maintaining good credit, which gets you better interest rates on everything else. Do you have any old cards sitting unused? Check your accounts. Have any been closed without you noticing? 6. How to close a card the smart way, if you must. If you've decided you absolutely need to close a card, here's how to minimize the damage. First, pay down your other credit card balances before you close the account. This keeps your utilization low, even after losing that available credit. Second, if you have other old cards, close a newer card instead of your oldest one. Preserve that long credit history. Third, consider asking the issuer to product change instead of closing. Many issuers will let you switch to a no annual fee version of the same card, which keeps the account open and preserves your credit history. Fourth, close the card at a time when you're not about to apply for a major loan. If you're buying a house in 3 months, don't close cards now. Wait until after your mortgage is approved. This is financial planning that's strategic. This is money management that thinks ahead. This is personal budget optimization that minimizes collateral damage. This is budgeting for beginners who are learning that timing matters. When you're serious about financial education, you realize that even bad financial moves can be done less badly if you're smart about them. Closing a card will hurt your score, but doing it the right way reduces that hurt significantly. If you're planning to close a card, have you checked if there's a no-fee version you could switch to instead? Here's the bottom line. Closing old credit cards usually hurts your credit score. It raises your utilization ratio and shortens your credit history. But that doesn't mean you should never close a card. If it has a high annual fee you're not using, if it's a temptation to overspend, or if the terms are terrible, closing it might be the right move. Just do it strategically. For most people, the smart play is to keep old cards open, use them occasionally for small purchases, and set up autopay. This maintains your credit history, keeps your utilization low, and costs you nothing. It's one of the easiest ways to protect your credit score without any effort. Your credit score isn't everything, but it affects everything. Your interest rates, your loan approvals, even your ability to rent an apartment. Don't accidentally tank your score by making an impulsive decision to close an old card. Be intentional. Be strategic. Protect your financial future. Tell me in the comments. Have you ever closed a credit card and regretted it? Or are you thinking about closing one right now? Let's talk through it. And if this video saved you from making a costly mistake, hit like and subscribe to Liberty Money. We're dropping new content every single day to help you build financial literacy. Protect your credit score and build real wealth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.